So, Mr. Bhavin, like I explained this problem statement, all the investments today are not performing well. So, is there something left in today's world which I can still invest in, which is still making money? What is that according to you?
So, according to me, the asset class which are related to fixed incomes, they are still performing. In different segments, they are performing well. And specifically, one of the instrument, which is one of our company, Lane Club, that is something which is always stable. It helps you generate stable cash flow. It helps you generate stable income. So if somebody is able to allocate some portion from their portfolio, you can always have a secondary income coming on a regular basis.
So can you explain what this is? What is this product?
Okay. So here I am talking about a P2P lending option for any investor. Retail as well as HN investor can understand how instrument works. Here you are lending money directly to the borrowers. So if you look at overall spectrum of investment by any rich people or ultra extra HNIs, they always allocate some amount to instrument which are into credit side, because credit gives you stable income. And with P2P lending platforms coming into place in India in 2017, RBI allowed this option to retail as well as HNI investors to directly give credit or a loan to consumers in India. So our P2P lending platform, which is regulated by the Reserve Bank of India, allows you as a HNI investor or retail investor to choose borrowers whom you want to give loan. In lieu of that, every monthly basis or daily basis, they repay you along with principal and interest.
But I remember reading once that this kind of a business model was very risky in China and it shut.
Right.
And even RBI was looking very closely at this business model. So can you explain that? Like what exactly is that, what RBI was looking at, what happened in China, so that I also understand?
Right. So see, there were various countries which came up with the P2P lending model. Lot of countries saw a huge capital flow coming into this platform. However, the regulators were much behind the cycle of framing up the regulatory guidelines. In India, regulator was very proactive and they framed these regulations in 2017 itself. In China, the market went up to like annualized $400 billion worth. And from there, it went down like almost zero.
Wow.
Because there were no regulatory framework available. And there were two fundamental issues in the market. One, because a lot of companies raised capital from the market, they were giving loans at lesser rate to the borrowers so that they get more and more borrowers, but their commitment to the lender was higher interest rate. So for example, we start giving loans at 8%, but we commit interest rate of 12% to lenders and fund remaining 4% from our own pockets. Because there are no regulation, people could do that.
So they were going for customer acquisition.
Absolutely, to expand the business. So that was first issue. Second issue was the control of the money was in the hand of platforms. So everybody was giving money in the account of platform, and then platform will govern it. I want to give it to this borrower, that borrower.
Oh, there is no escrow.
There is no escrow mechanism. There is no prescription that how you need to govern the platform. So both of these does not exist in India because the regulation came up very early. As you rightly said, RBI watched it very closely, and in 2024, they also came up with revision in the regulation. And a few clarifications were also given by the regulator so that we can strengthen the framework of P2P regulations in India and we can become a role model at a global level. So I tell you, the way P2P model is working in India, it can become another UPI from India. Because only India has tried to give it a shape the way it is given. Otherwise, there are only a couple of countries like UK and Indonesia, which has created a good framework.
Glad you made it till here. If this gave you even one idea to improve your finances, send it to a friend. Helping them might just make you the smartest person in their group chat. And don't miss the full episode on Finance with Sharan. There's a lot more where this came from.